Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Heimerdinger and we'll be facing off against the Grand Heist. Just casually moving along, trying to complete this specific adventure with all the champions required to get all the rewards. Hopefully Heimerdinger will work out well for us. I did attempt a Tryndamere run before this one, but it was a bust. It didn't work out at all. The fact that the foe buffs his weakest unit stats to one more than the strongest unit stats on my attack turns was really annoying. Or when I gain the attack token, because it meant that every time I use the spell you get from Tryndamere's power, you would just buff the opponent's unit. And that's not really something you want to do. So I'm benching Tryndamere for now and doing something that I know for sure will work out, because Heimerdinger is just that good. All I have to do is get some 6-cost spells. Ambessa is not really what I would like, neither is Maokai nor Volibear, so I guess we're rerolling once. Humilicin, Cannon, I would like some spells please. Zig, Aatrox, Caitlyn. Nope. Come on. Spells one time. Really, I'm getting that unlucky. Okay, Jace, finally something decent. The Forge of Tomorrow with Equinox Crystal. Shock Blast with Summoning Beacon, okay, that's good. Jace is decent, it has synergy with 6-cost spells at least. A natural selection, we got these Bouncing Blades. At the very least, Bouncing Blades will give us a spell each turn, so we can make use of it. Now for the draft. MK2 Evolution Turret with Excavator's Charge. Wraith of Echoes. Wraith of Echoes is tech at least, so yeah, let's pick it up. Progress Day, Treasure Trash, Yordle Contraption. Let's take the Progress Day. It's the cleaner pick. Clump of Wumps, Chief Mechanist there. Zevi, nah, let's roll. Dawn and Dusk, interesting pickup. We can clone our Heimerdinger and get a full board of Heimerdingers. Get an infinite amount of value off of our tech allies. Apex Turret, Wallop, Catalyst. Let's take the Wallop, it's a decent card. Thermogenic Meme is flexible removal. No way I'm passing it up. The Bundle Tree, Dedicant of the Challenge, or Otterpuss. Let's pick up the Otterpuss. Ooh, and let's pick up the Glorious Evolution. It will probably be a mistake, but I'm still sticking with it. Trixie Tentacles or Slipstream. Let's take the Trixie Tentacles. I'll hold the last couple rerolls for a later date. Let's see. Let's keep one Trixie Tentacles, one Forge of Tomorrow. I'm going to play Heimerdinger on the first turn no matter what. Or at least I want to play Heimerdinger on the first turn no matter what. Let's drop him down. Let's force a discard on our opponent. Nice. Get our turrets going. And I suppose I'll ping that thing. Get a range bot. It builds up our units nice or nicely. The level up on the Heimerdinger is irrelevant. It's just a matter of getting units on board. Really? That seems like a bit of an overkill. But sure, you do you, opponent. Let's get the turret down, or another one. Let's jump block all of these. Sure, I'll Blade's Edge that thing. Let's try to work on buffing up our units with spellcasts. As much as possible, at least. Honestly, I'm tempted to just go Waterpuss and prank the opponent's hand a whole bunch. More cost on that thing. Let's Waterpuss again. Prank again. Make that more expensive. Let's Waterpuss again. Sure, make that thing unplayable. And let's draw a lot through our deck. I can thermogenic beam this thing down. I think that's a good decision. Next turn that thing will be buffed up, but I'll be able to wallop it to stun it. And I think that's good. Let's make sure we have a very nice and chunky board, and next turn I'm just going to open attack actually. Seems like a good decision.
You seek an audience?
The opponent just dies from this because he has no board. That's a good start. It wasn't some sort of one turn kill, but we accumulated so much value over the course of just 2 turns that the opponent just couldn't deal with it. Justice Rider, Bursting Backpack, or True Shot Barrage. Let's pick up the True Shot Barrage because it ramps us up. Even though I'm pretty sure the effect won't be that great. Do I take the Disarmed? Yeah, let's take the Disarmed. And I'm very tempted to take Winter's Breath just as a sort of stall option. Do I really need the extra stall option though? Let's leave. Let's hope that we don't need the stall option. The foe's units have Brush and Impact and +2/+2 or Decimates. I think the inevitability of the Aspiring Chronomancer makes it a bad matchup for Heimerdinger, so let's go for the Bufuru Cultist instead. Let's hope I just get a cheap spell to play after Heimerdinger. Ooh, that's lucky. Elusive. On my tech allies even. That's definitely a huge bonus. Ooh, and I even get to go for a very big turn 1. Where I get to rip cards from the opponent's hand and develop a very large board. And just like that, half of the opponent's health gone. Sure, he gets to block one of my units, but that hardly matters. Let's just play Jace. Let's just play Jace and go ahead and capture that thing.
The weak don't deserve mercy.
See what the opponent does. Not really much of anything, huh? His units are not that frightening. Sure, he's going to trade 1-for-1 with my range bot, but I just killed him next turn with my elusive units, so in the end it doesn't even matter. Very clean game. Let's hope this is a sign of things to come, and I don't end up just straight up dying to the opponent, to the last encounter, because the opponent decided he could deal just 68 damage out of nowhere. I did manage to figure out why that was. It was because he doubled up on the cast of a card that doubled the amount of damage a follower took, or a unit took. And since the unit that was attacking the follower had overwhelm, apparently that extra damage gets transferred over to my Nexus, which is very unfortunate for me. Do I want a set or a Twisted Fate? Honestly, Twisted Fate might be better.
Deal me in.
Set is just a bit too slow for my taste, and the deck we're playing is already slow enough as is. I don't think we can afford to take another slow card. Let's drop down the Heimerdinger. The opponent is going to capture my units, unless I do something about it. At the very least, he doesn't have the thing that makes it so he can attack on my turn. I don't remember the card right now. The lowest cost card in his hand was Jailbreak. Well then, let's just try to soften up the opponent's board a bit. Turn 4. I can actually capture the sheriff. Let's do that. Let's capture the sheriff.
Everything can use an upgrade!
That doesn't work when you don't have a unit on board. The least, that's it. That's the card I was worried about. Well, the opponent has no units on board, so it doesn't matter. I'm safe. Never mind. He now has a unit. Well, at the very least, I managed to deal a substantial amount of damage to the opponent. To the point I'm certain I can... no, I can't. I can at very least release Heimerdinger.
Let's get started.
I think that has to do for now.
All in a day's work.
Let's go ahead and Equinox, Forge of the Tomorrow with the Equinox Crystal. Let's bring that. Keep working on our neat little board. Sure, I'll hold. I don't need to play that unit because it's just a worse version of the units I already have on board. Let's get rid of that thing. Don't want that thing attacking and pulling something.
Testing.
Go ahead, opponent, attack. I dare you. In fact, I'm even going to play that over the Yone. That's how confident I am that I can deal with the opponent's attack. I can play another 6 cost spell. You know what? Let's clear the opponent's board and attack for... or go for an open attack next turn.
This is the cutting edge of progress. Interesting use of tech. Firing.
Ooh, and next turn I can go for a double acceleration gate. And I'll crush the opponent.
Replicating the power spike. Hey, show me that again. Interesting use of tech.
And of course I also get double the effects from the Heimerdinger's powers.
Hey everyone!
Let's the opponent deal with this board.
Taking you in.
Poor guy. Got absolutely crushed. Of course we're going to take the Twisted Fate. Crystal Carrier Octopus, True Shot Barrage with summon a random champion from my cost. What are the 7 cost champions? Galio, Scion, Nautilus. Yeah, they're not that great. Let's pick up the Octopus. What card do I cut here? Honestly, the Glorious Evolution is probably the weakest card in the deck. Or the Forge of Tomorrow. Probably the Forge of Tomorrow. It's neither tech nor a spell, so I don't think I want it around. And unlike the Octopus, it doesn't generate a spell. So even if it has ramp, it's not that great. Now let's see. Can I actually win this encounter the way it's supposed to be won? Or will I just end up killing the opponent with pure damage? I think the pure damage option is the most likely one. But we'll see. I could end up surprising myself. I think next turn I have to go Twisted Fate just to stun the clock end. Otherwise it will be too massive.
Requires just 1.21 gigahertz.
And it will end up being a problem for me. Let's see if the opponent allows me to do so. He does. Nice.
For a round or two. Dead in their tracks.
Then the opponent's going to kill the Twisted Fate. Or I can save the Twisted Fate. Yeah, let's save the Twisted Fate. It might be useful to keep him around. Get the turret down. And sure, I'll play a 1 cost card. Get that thing ticking. 5 cost card. I can't play a 5 cost card,
Just when I needed assistance.
which is unfortunate. Let's hope that it changes to something else next turn. But we're making decent progress. How did these two get done? Eye of the Rahorak? I didn't even see that on the opponent's board. I can go for the True Shot Barrage to ramp, or Wall Up to count down this thing. Honestly, I think the True Shot Barrage to ramp is fine. Mostly because I also get a turret. Let's override the stunned tech ally. Hopefully trade that in. Let's also trade this one in. And let's keep the board clear, sure, might as well. Let's pass. I was considering using the Blade's Edge there, but it's not necessary. Now that thing is going to be a problem because it's going to end up probably removing my Heimerdinger or the Twisted Fate. Honestly, I'd prefer if he removed the Twisted Fate. I don't think I even want to save Twisted Fate. I think I'm fine with him just perishing.
1.21 gigahexes.
Just so I can play more cards. Let's deal 8 damage to it. Let's get a T-Hex. Keep on working on or buffing up our units.
They said it couldn't be done.
Pass the turn. I can attack again, or I can attack for free this turn. All I have to do is ensure that I pull like so. Maximize the amount of damage I deal. If the game is trying to get me to play a knight, but playing a knight is bad for me. I would burn so many cards from my deck. Wait, Heimerdinger died. Why? I thought he had more health than the
I have them.
unit I just threw him into, but maybe I was wrong. Didn't expect that. Ah, but it's fine.
Requires just 1.21 gigahexes.
Next turn, hopefully we get something that's playable. See, 1 cost cards. Why couldn't you have done that last round? And next is a 3, which lines up perfectly with the wall up I'll have to play here. But I should hold off on the wall up. This is definitely better. Permanently remove one of the opponent's units.
This is the cutting edge of
I say
progress.
permanently because the opponent won't get to attack. Or even if he attacks, won't get to kill the Jace through Ulysses' unit. He doesn't even attack. I can play a 7 now. Sure, let's play that.
Replicating the power spike. Hey, show me that again.
It's kind of annoying that this is the thing that just duplicates, but I need to play it now. Or I think I needed to play it now. And let's go for a 3, I suppose. Next we go for an 8. Sure. That seems fine. I'll also go ahead and attack with everything, since I can do it safely.
Goggles on.
Replicating the power spike.
All of my units have overwhelmed anyway. Let's go Trixie Tentacles. Reduce the card advantage from the opponent. Units or tech allies have a nice amount of keywords on them. I'm safe. And I even have a hand space to play Progress Day finally. But I don't think that will happen now, mostly because the Vault is showing me 4 cost card, which there's no way I can get one. Just be done with it with your turn, opponent. You're already dead, it just didn't notice yet. Ooh, 6 cost. Let's get this acceleration gate down.
Hitting the power spike. Control that again.
Ooh, and that's enough for the vault to complete. Just like that, I win. Kind of anticlimactic, considering how much the opponent was clinging onto life. Farsight alteration or heavy hands? Let's take the heavy hands. Makes it easier to deal with the damage to the opponent with Heimerdinger. When your Nexus survives damage, reduce the cost of your highest cost card in hand by 1. Welcome gifts or duelist. Let's take the welcome gifts. I don't really like the other option. That epic power should be a rare one, I think. Sure, it might be better with champions that end up taking a lot more damage more often. But even then, I don't know of any champion that might actually want that power. Because you're incentivized to keep your health as much as possible in between encounters. Maybe someone that has a way to regenerate easily.
Would you look at this place?
But even then, it's a bit iffy. And there go my keywords. Well, at least the ones that aren't part of the aura effect from the Heimerdinger's power.
That old trick again.
Just when I needed assistance. Advancing collective knowledge!
I need to attack here. I need to keep the opponent's health low. And in order to do that, I need to get some sort of attack through. It's inconvenient, because I don't even deal that much damage to the opponent. But I have no better options.
Out here, you're moving or you're dead.
Let's play the chase, since he can quite simply remove that. Also, let's just get another range spot down.
Find just 1.21 gigahertz.
And this is going to be very easy. Just attack with everything this turn and be done with it. Or maybe not. But I'm still not going to give the opponent the opportunity to really react with something to my attack. Let's cash in on this damage and move on. If Race of Echoes going. Remove that spell shield. I know for sure that if I leave it around, I'm going to end up getting screwed later on.
When I needed assistance.
Now, is the opponent going to do something worthwhile here? He's threatening my Jace.
Trouble far as the eye can see.
But it doesn't seem like he is actually going to do anything special. And I'm even buffing up the Jace out of range of the opponent's removal, so I'm even safer now. Go ahead, opponent, attack. It's not going to matter. I'll even pass the turn just like that, just so I can close out this game faster. So much for a vicious opponent. He barely even put that much of a fight. Glorious Evolution. Do I still have it in deck? I do. River Shaper. Aloof Travelers. Let's take the Aloof Travelers. A little bit of hand disruption is going to be nice. Surely. Early Bird. It summons an Otterpuss. Yeah, I'll take it. An Otterpuss at the start of the game is nice. And now I just have to face off against the Dune Swallower. The thing that ends up screwing me quite frequently because I'm just that unlucky. Let's toss that. I'll keep the 3 spells, I think they're fine. The Thermogenic Beam is flexible. I can go for Shock Blast and True Shot Barrage as I see fit. Everything's fine. Sure, I run the risk of summoning a Dune Swallower by playing this Heimerdinger. But
Look at this place.
that's fine. Especially because it's once per turn, right? Their first unit each round. So now I can just play units as I see fit.
Requires just 1.21 gigahexes.
Let's drop this down. Rip a card from the opponent's hand. I'm just going to go ahead and attack like so.
New method to evaluate.
Hopefully it clears my board a bit. Let's drop down the rank. Keep making the opponent's cards unplayable. We're going to draw one more. And then I'm just going to override this Otterpuss, I think. Now next turn I'll go up to 5, maybe that's relevant. At the very least I should Twisted Fate for a gold card. Since the opponent is going to waste his powers effect because his board is full, I can guarantee that Dune Solar doesn't get to attack. Let's block here, block here, 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 and here. None of my units die, but they do get buffed up for the counter attack. Let's play that thing, keep buffing up my board. The 4-drop turret is not that exciting, right? It's overwhelmed. I made the correct call not playing that card there. Do I want to deal this much damage to the opponent or do I want to do something else first? Honestly, I'm going to do this first to the opponent, then I'll try to follow it up with a True Shot Barrage. And we'll go from there. Really now? No plays. That's quite the decision from your opponent. Let's see if it pays off.
Save the children.
Well, if the opponent's just going to refuse to play cards, I'm just going to try and close out the game here by playing the 12 attack unit. Should be more than enough to win, and there it is. Yep, truly remarkable that we're moving along so swiftly through this adventure. Back to back with Rolling Standard, sure. More attacks are always good. And of course I'm going to go for the epic shop instead of the rare one. Now I am passing up mana flow. Let's buff up a card that's already in my deck. And I think that's enough. I should be quite capable of taking on Ezreal. Do I want to keep the Wraith of Echoes? I'm just doing it because it's funny, not because it's actually good. Maybe I should cut the Glorious Evolution. It messes up our breakpoints a little bit. And it's way too expensive.
Quest accepted.
Let's just
Wait, where are we going?
get rid of it and hope Ezreal doesn't play something that would require us to want to play Glorious Evolution. Though I find that extremely unlikely. Nice. Can go Heimer into Trixie Tentacles. Aloof Travelers. We're in for a very explosive first turn. Ooh, I can even do this to ensure that the Ezreal doesn't get to... Never mind, I was about to say I can even do this to ensure the Ezreal doesn't get to copy his spell shield, but it does. Quite annoying.
Eminently logical.
Let's see what the opponent does. Cursing Heimerdinger. You know that probably hurts you more than it hurts me, because you're just giving me fuel for my Heimerdinger.
Everything can use an upgrade.
Damn, can you stop cursing my units? Here was I bragging that it might be actually better for me than it is for the opponent. How wrong I was.
Just when I needed assistance.
Well, I'm getting quite a large opening board, so at least there's that. Let's attack with everything. Force this thing to pass away. The opponent decides to keep his Ezreals around instead of saving his health total, even though those Ezreals had ephemeral, so they were going to die no matter what. Oh, it's because my units have fearsome. That's quite lucky for me. I just got all of that damage down for basically free. Now this is a bit more unfortunate. My units having formidable just makes them one-hit wonders.
We made it. Yay. But our stuff didn't.
Well, at the very least my upcoming turn is going to be a massive blowout. Sure, the opponent has an Ezreal,
Their demise.
but at the very least I can force him to just jump block with that unit instead.
Check me out.
Ooh, the fact that the opponent's playing this now instead of on their turn is massive. Ooh! The Tough on my Nexus prevented a whole bunch of damage there. Lucky. Let's stun that thing. Let's play that overriding the weakest unit. Let's go ahead and rally. I think this is the correct play. I think I can close out the game here. Even if the opponent has two rather large units, one of them is unable to block.
No sweat.
Yeah. Close the game, opponent. Except not at all. Maybe I should play with a 5-star champion here, try to challenge myself a bit more. I think I'll do just that. Even though I can put action to 6 stars, let's just try our 5-star action here, see if the outcome is a bit closer. But that will have to happen next time. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time then. Goodbye.